This doctor is about to do experiments on a shark, but suddenly it wakes up and starts waving. Maybe he is having a nightmare, Jim says, and Susan continues to stab the shark's head with a big syringe when grabbing it tight. Taking the protein out of its brain, they mix it with neurons. If this experiment succeeds, they can cure the Alzheimer's disease patients, and the result does not let them down. While they are celebrating, the shark suddenly regains consciousness and bites off Jim's arm. Carter immediately smashes the cabinet and takes a gun to kill it, but Susan quickly presses the button to set it free because she doesn't want to ruin her research. Failing to kill it, Carter runs to the walkie-talkie and calls for treatment assistance. The rescue team quickly comes by a helicopter, but it is raining so hard outside. They try to evacuate Jim and go back to the laboratory, but as he is being lifted, the cable jams, and it makes Jim fall into the water. It also pulls the helicopter into the tower, causing a massive explosion, destroying the lab by fire. They become panicked to see the shark smashes the stretcher against the laboratory's main window and makes it shatter. Seawater quickly flowed in. All the people have to run away. Fortunately, the iron door prevents the water from getting inside. The director asks Susan why the shark is so unusual, and what she has really done with these creatures in this laboratory. Susan confesses to the others that she and Jim secretly genetically engineered the sharks to increase their brain size, and eventually made them become smarter. They acknowledge that the sharks want to revenge. To avoid being killed, they are looking for a way out of this place. When the group reaches the wet entry, they discover that the submarine has been damaged. Russell suggests swimming up to the surface, but Tom says that is a crazy thought because they cannot swim faster than the sharks. He intends to fix the elevator but does not know the situation above. Everyone is in an argument and Russell comes. While emphasizing the need for group unity, Russell is dragged into the pool by one of the sharks and dies. The water turns red. They opt to climb up the elevator instead. The iron doors are closed because the water is coming through. When the lift stops, they have no choice but climbing upward. Right after that, the sharks destroy the lab floor, let the water rise rapidly. Carter decides to open the door on the second floor for the water to come in, which gives others more time to escape. As they climb, the vibration from the earlier explosion caused the ladder to break. Janice loses her grip and falls into the shark-infested water. Leaving her, they hear a sound from the kitchen. He is Cook Sherman and he managed to kill the first shark with an explosion. He then makes his way to the elevator, but the lab is about to drown. Tom has another idea. Tom wants to go to the flooded laboratory to activate a control panel that drains a stairway to the surface with Carter. And they begin the plan because that is the only way. Carter and Tom reach the control panel, but a big shark storms in, killing and ripping Tom apart while Carter swims out of that place. He successfully escapes again. Susan now needs to go to the lab to get her materials. In the other room, Susan encounters another shark after getting the paper. It angrily attacks her. Susan is so scared and jumps to the top, but the paper drops in the process. She pulls off the wires, takes off her shirt to protect herself, and electrocutes it with a power cable. The shark is destroyed, but so is the folder. After regrouping, Carter, Susan, and the chef go to a chamber, and they are really near the surface. Carter used a life buoy to wrap up 3 fire extinguishers to distract the shark. Then he prepares for the final battle by using water to balance the pressure. They finally reach the surface by the pressure. Cook Sherman is grabbed by the last shark. In the hazardous moment, he takes out his crucifix. He stabs the shark in the eye, though he escapes with injuries to his leg, and is pulled up by Carter. Carter realizes that the sharks made them flood the facility so they could escape, because the seabed is covered by hard net, so it can only escape through the weaker mesh fences at the surface. As predicted, the shark is trying to tear the barrier apart. In an effort to distract the shark from escaping to the open sea, Carter wants to kill the shark by shooting it with a harpoon filled with explosive powder, but he fails because the shark is too far away. Susan cuts herself and dives into the water. She manages to distract the shark. Carter tries to save her, but she is unable to get out of the water and is devoured. While Carter is grabbing hold of the shark's dorsal fin, the cook, Sherman, shoots the shark with the harpoon, but also pierces Carter's thigh. Luckily, Carter pulls the harpoon, hits the fish, and swims away. The shark explodes and Carter is still alive. That is also the end of the movie. The message from this movie is that we should not destroy the natural environment, or else we will get consequences.